The 28th of June 1914, the Prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire was on a visit to Bosnia with his wife. As he was passing through the road in his car, he was shaking hands with people, when at one point his driver turned the car in the wrong lane. Although this turn was taken by mistake, but who knew that the result of just coming in the wrong lane would have to see the world in the form of World War I, in which 40 million people died and billions of dollars were lost. Yes, let's know how just one wrong turn pushed the world into World War I. Welcome again to Fact Galaxy Videos. Viewers, in the early years of the 1900s, the world map was very different from today. There were big states like the Russian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The most important countries here were Bosnia and Herzegovina, where all these problems begin. The Austro-Hungarian Empire occupied Bosnia in 1908 and began to control all its affairs. Most of the Slavic people lived in Bosnia, while there were many Slavic people in the neighboring country of Serbia. Therefore, the people of both countries had sympathized for each other. But Serbia was not part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Now, the people of these countries were the same, but different states ruled over them. The Austro-Hungarian Empire wanted to take over Serbia and make it part of its empire. This would bring Bosnia and Serbia under their control, and the distances between the people here would end. But the people here did not want that. The Slavic people were very sad and angry about this plan of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. They wanted Serbia, Bosnia, and Herzegovina, where the Slavic people live, to be all one free country, which is called Greater Serbia or Yugoslavia. But for now, they had no choice but to hate the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Maybe the Austro-Hungarian Empire would have attacked Serbia, but they were afraid of Russia, because Russia did not want the Austro-Hungarian Empire to grow more in this region. Therefore, to fight Russia, the Austro-Hungarian Empire joined Germany and put them on backup, and Russia formed an alliance with France. There, the Serbian and Bosnian nationalists slowly began to form organizations for their freedom. Initially, the purpose of these organizations was only to protest against the Austro-Hungarian Empire. But over time, they turned into militant organizations and became bloodthirsty. Meanwhile, another organization came into being, which was named the Black Hand. The slogan of this organization was that they would die by making Greater Serbia or Yugoslavia. To fulfill their purpose, this organization was ready to kill someone. Meanwhile, a 19-year-old boy, Gavrilo Princip, who had always dreamed of a free country, Yugoslavia, he also joined the Black Hand organization, and now they started working day and night to take revenge on the Austro-Hungarian Empire and get rid of them. He also attacked the Austro-Hungarian Empire officials several times, but he was not getting rid of the empire in any way. Fast forward to 1914. Meanwhile, he was informed that the Prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, was going to visit Bosnia. The Prince of the Austrian Empire was going to become the king of his empire, and the entire plan to take over Serbia was also his. The members of the Black Hand organization had to stop this prince from becoming king at any cost. As soon as this news was received, the members of the Black Hand were happy, and a dangerous plan began to take birth in their minds. First of all, on the day of Prince Archduke's visit, his route was found. It was found that he was going to inaugurate a new museum in the city hall. The members of the Black Hand made a plan that their 3 people would stand in the crowd at different locations. The member in front of whom the prince's car would pass would first throw a grenade and then jump into the nearby river after taking cyanide pill. The purpose of the plan was that after killing the prince, the killer would also die. Even if the cyanide pill didn't work, his death was certain after jumping into the river. This was being done because the Black Hand was a secret organization and they didn't want anyone to find out about their plans. While the members of the Black Hand were making this plan, Gavrilo Princip, who had been crazy about freedom since childhood, was making his own plan to kill the prince. June 28, 1914 was the day when this plan was to be executed, but making a plan is always easy and it is very difficult to follow it. The people sent by the Black Hands had no prior experience of such work. When the caravan of the prince and his wife passed in front of the public, the first man couldn't throw a grenade out of fear. When the car passed in front of the second man, he also started shaking, and the longer he was thinking, the longer the car passed. Now the responsibility was on the third man. When the prince's car passed in front of him, he quickly threw the bomb. But his aim was not right. The grenade fell a little away from the last car instead of the prince's car, causing 20 people in the crowd to be injured, while no one, including the prince, died. As soon as he did this, he quickly took his cyanide pill, which had become useless due to being old. The capsule did not kill him, but only gave him a slight vomiting. After doing all this, he jumped into the river as per the plan, but maybe his luck was bad today. That day, the water level of the river was just a little more than 1 foot, because the river had dried up in this weather. The police arrived at the scene, arrested him, and thus the conspiracy to kill the prince failed. But there is still a twist in the story. Gavrilo Princip was still on his secret mission. After the bomb exploded, the prince and his wife were immediately taken to a safe place. Prince Archduke angrily complains to the Bosnian mayor that we had come to visit your city, but you have welcomed us with a bomb. When the prince is told that 20 people are injured due to the explosion of the bomb, the prince immediately changes his schedule and decides to go to the hospital instead of the museum, so that the good news of the injuries can be known. But the driver of his car is not informed of the change of schedule and route. The prince comes back in his car, sits with his wife and leaves for the hospital. On the other side, Gavrilo Princip is waiting to attack the prince standing on the road to the museum. Meanwhile, the prince's car turns to go to the museum. The driver, who did not know that the prince had to go to the hospital, turns the car towards the museum at the same turn where Gavrilo Princip is standing. Immediately, the staff tells the driver about the schedule and tells him to turn the car and go to the hospital. While reversing, the speed of the car becomes very slow, and it was a good opportunity for Gavrilo Princip. He takes out his pistol and fires it at the car. Prince Archduke and his wife are killed on the spot. When the news of the prince's death reaches the king of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, he gets angry and attacks Serbia. On the other hand, Russia, which was already supporting Serbia, thought that the Austro-Hungarian Empire wanted to occupy Serbia, so it stood against the Austro-Hungarian Empire on behalf of Serbia. On the other hand, the German Empire had already announced its support for the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which also came against Russia. Seeing this, France, which was initially planning to remain neutral, also joins Russia and attacks Germany. France and Russia had a big hand in weakening the Ottoman Empire, so they take out their weapons in support of Germany. The United Kingdom, which had conspired with France to end the Ottoman Empire in the Middle East, joins France. Soon after, Japan and the United States also enter this war, and World War I begins because of a wrong turn. It is said that if the prince's car had not taken this wrong turn that day, he would not have died, and thus the World War I would not have started. Just one death killed 4 million people in World War I, and because of the war, the military that was transferred from one country to another, the deadly Spanish flu, also spread all over the world, which killed more than 5 million people. Apart from all this, the whole world had to face economic issues, and it is also quite difficult to estimate the financial loss. By the way, let me tell you a fun fact that the ceasefire of World War I was signed on November 11, 1918, 4 years after the death of the Prince 11118, and the number of Prince Archduke's car was also 111118. Is this really a coincidence, or was there a big conspiracy behind it? Do let me know in the comments section. I hope you will like and share this video of Fact Galaxy. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next video.